Today I'm going to be looking at Kirby Blowout Blast on the Nintendo 3DS. As we all know, the Wii U and 3DS eShops are going to be coming to an all-time stop, meaning forever. They're shutting down the servers. Goodbye, eShop. So love you, okay? And now, since we're celebrating Kirby's 30th anniversary, I figured now would be a great time to look at this game. Nintendo ripped this game right off Kirby Planet Robobot. They've added more content for those who enjoyed the sub-game. This game has bigger stages, new enemies, and some bosses. Kirby Blowout Blast launched on July 5th, 2017, and I actually didn't end up playing it. It was an odd time for Nintendo fans who adopted the Switch. I had a really hard time picking up these games after I got a Switch, especially since I wanted Nintendo to focus on handhelds only. And by handhelds, I mean the Nintendo Switch. The thing is, I barely touched my 3DS after I got a Switch, so I think that's why I never really played it, and I never ended up buying the deluxe version of this game. I do remember playing the light version of this game on Kirby Planet Robobot, and I thought it was okay. It didn't stick into my mind as much as King Dedede's Drum Bash, but it was still in there and I enjoyed it. Nintendo had leaked a game sort of like this one many years before this game's release. It was a similar looking 3D platform which never seemed to be released or talked about publicly, but the art style in Kirby Blowout Blast looks a lot similar, like the camera angle and the graphics in the screenshot. With all that said, let's jump right in. I don't think I ever truly appreciated the 3D effect on the 3DS when I was younger, but recently when I went back and played through Metroid Samus Returns, I was so impressed with the 3D graphics. Obviously the resolution wasn't the best, but the 3D effect was great. That being said, I'm going to play through this game all the way through with the 3D graphics cranked up to the top, just to get an extra tickle in the experience. Stages like 4-2 with the top-down angle really complements the 3D effects. Just having the 3D effect through the game helps you see the depth in the game, and can also help you with the aiming. First thing I notice about the game is how stiff Kirby's Run is. It's not bad at all, just not nearly as good as some other Kirby games like Kirby and Smash Ultimate, or even his newest game, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. His jump is pretty snappy. Again, not as snappy as some other games like Kirby and the Forgotten Land, but it's still really decent. Another thing I noticed is how big Kirby gets the more he has in his mouth. Usually there's a standard thickness to Kirby's body, but it actually looks like the amount of things that's in your mouth change the size of Kirby. You can even see his nubs on his body shaking from the pain or excitement. Also, the frame rate is 60 frames per second, unlike his previous games. Although I'm playing on the new Nintendo 3DS XL, I'm still seeing frame dips throughout the stage, especially with multiple enemies on the screen. Something that's great about this game is how fast-paced everything is. As soon as you start the level, the whistle blows and you're off. A timer in the left corner starts ticking and you're on your way slamming through enemies. Based on how you completed the level, you'll get points for not getting damaged, how fast you cleared the stage, how many coins you collected, and how many enemies were defeated. Once you beat World 1, you find that there's a new type of world that opens up called World 1X, or Level 1X, which is just a harder version of the first level, but you can only gain access to these levels if you get gold or higher on each stage in the non-EX versions. As the game progressed, I found myself pulling off some amazing combos and feeling satisfied with the amount of hit points I got, continually finding a way to achieve the level faster, more efficiently, and with more points at the end. I was happy to go back and achieve gold on all stages. I love the music throughout the entire game. It has the classic Kirby synths and beats. I really like the World 4 music, as it was an amazing arrangement with the synth strings and the synth flutes, with a catchy melody. If you don't want to play the game, or you don't want to buy the game, you should definitely listen to the original soundtrack. There's even amiibo support. The Kirby amiibo adds a golden Kirby statue to the plaza. The Meta Knight amiibo adds a Meta Knight statue to the plaza. The King Dedede amiibo adds a golden King Dedede statue to the plaza. And the Waddle Dee amiibo adds 2 Waddle Dee statues to the plaza. And that's what the amiibos do. This game is pretty simple, but it's a fun, nice little challenge all the way through. The bosses are fun. The levels all are fun. So, I won't spoil it all for you. If you want to go check it out on the Nintendo eShop for the 3DS, go do it now before the eShops close. This game is fun, so if you have a 3DS, I highly recommend going and buying this game. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe, share with your friends and family. Check out my website if you want some Kirby merch, russvandy.com. I will see you in the next one. See you later.